All right, there he is, guys.
Hey,
What's up, Tom?
What's up, man?
You guys hear me all right?
We can
Hell
hear you.
yeah. Can you hear us?
Cool, man. Yeah.
What's going on, my friend? Happy night, man.
It is a happy night. I'm just sitting here listening to the commotion you guys are making.
Yeah. It's
What was that all about? What was that ad?
We just showed an ad for the Squatty Potty that showed a unicorn pooping.
Is that what you saw?
Nice.
Squatty potty.
I didn't see it. I just heard all the audio.
Well, the Squatty Potty might help you guys out on the tour bus, actually. You might finally be able to do a number 2 on the bus.
What is it? What is a squatty potty?
It makes it come out easily.
You put your feet up. It's like a step that you put your feet up and makes you squat a little more.
Oh, I kind of get it.
It said that Howard Stern liked it, so, you know, if Howard Stern poops that way.
Right.
Dude,
So what's going on, man? I know you guys actually have been in studio for a bit. What's going on with Hell Yeah?
Oh, dude, man, it's just been non-stop for me. It's like we finished the Blood for Blood tour I want to say like a month ago. It seemed like yesterday, actually, but I literally had 2 weeks off after 18 months of pretty much nonstop touring. I mean, not consecutive nonstop. I mean, just keep going. But obviously, I had time off here and there. But I had like a 2-week window to go home before I had to go to Dallas to start writing new songs with Vinny. And that was kind of a mental fuck a little bit. Pardon my French, but
You're good. You can say fuck on our show. It's okay.
Okay. So, that's what I've been doing. It's just been nonstop. I'm finally home, man. I couldn't believe, like, when I went down there, I thought I was going to be dry as shit, just coming off the road. I just wasn't emotionally ready to start writing a whole brand new record. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially after touring as much as we've been doing.
Yeah, dude, you guys went all the way to New Zealand and Australia and fucking all over the U.S. and everywhere, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we probably circled the world 2 or 3 times on the Blood for Blood cycle, and that's where we ended up, was in New Zealand, Australia. Then we kicked up to Japan and did some shows for the USO and plus our own headlining gigs before coming back home. But yeah, man. So I'm pretty much ahead of schedule. I had me and Kyle and our producer and Vinny had a complete like upswing in creativity in the last 2 weeks, and I think we're up to like 12 or 13 songs right now that are musically, the score is completed. Nothing's ever done. You know what I'm saying?
Right, for sure.
Once, all I did, and Kyle and Vince, we pretty much just laid down the foundation for everything. And once Chad gets in there and does what he does, then I'll be able to go back and color it with different guitar parts and solos or whatnot. And it's a pretty interesting but really relaxed and chilled way to make a record. Just not like a lot of pressure. Our management and our label are being really cool, man. So I'm in a good spot, man. And
right on.
Some good sativa every day helps me get through that work.
Hell yeah.
What else is different in the recording approach than what you guys did on Blood for Blood and the previous stuff?
One thing for sure is Kyle, our bass player that we have now.
Fucking love Kyle.
Dude, who doesn't?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to be a fucking jackass to not like that guy, but he came into the band right when we finished making the last record, right at the end of the recording process. So our producer Kevin actually played bass on Blood for Blood.
Huh.
So,
but when Kyle came in for this session with me, because I'm primarily like the riff writer of the band now, since we parted ways with our old guitar player Greg. The responsibility pretty much kind of fell into my lap, and let me tell you, it's with open arms. I love it. But with Kyle, it brought like a whole new sense of energy, and this whole saying, you're a product of what's around you. You know what I mean? Like everything. Well, not a product, but
you are who you're around, man.
It just different energies can influence different things and stuff. And that was like primarily like the biggest difference was having like a new energy around now during the recording and writing of this record. So it's going to be pretty blistering. I tell you, it's just a lot of wild shit we're doing on this new album.
I know that the mix of you with Kyle was killing me, along with Chad and Vinny. You guys were just melting my face, kicking my ass at Red Rocks this last summer. I fucking loved the show. It was such a badass show.
That was my when I was still in a cast, right?
Yeah, dude. How is the leg, by the way? Is it better?
Dude, look, check it out. Here, can you see my foot?
Yeah.
Hey, you don't got a boot on it.
Nice.
No. Well, check it out. I got to go back next week and get surgery again, and I got to get 2 screws taken out of the instep. A couple of them are getting pushed out. You know what I mean? Like the bone healed so good that it's like fucking, pushing out the screws a little bit, which could cause like a serious problem on the tendon.
Right, for sure.
And then I have another screw on the other side, which I'm going to have them take out just because it's just fucking irritating me. Like when I go rub my foot, I feel this piece of metal, unorganic thing inside my body, and it's.
But it's metal, nuts, dude. So. But it's fucking metal. No,
even with the little bit of metal that's coming out, you know what? I'm taking out all the pussy metal, and I'm leaving all the hardcore metal.
There you go, dude. Hell yeah.
Good way to look at it.
That's awesome.
Hey, so tell me real quick, and you guys have obviously been around the world in your quote unquote super group. I never really like the term super
all
group.
Stars.
All Star.
Is there anything you guys haven't done that you want to do? What's Hell Yeah's? What's on the bucket list for Hell Yeah?
I want to see a man eat his own head.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Right on.
If
I also want to see
that. Eat his own head, then I will fucking just stop.
Yeah.
Get some more sativa, man. Get some more sativa.
So until the day comes when I see a man eat his own head, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Well, if we ever find that, awesome. We'll make sure we tweet it at you right away.
Or a woman. It could be a woman that eats her own head. I think I'd just like to see both, actually. So.
That might be one of those things like a Marilyn Manson situation where you got to get a rib removed and kind of twist yourself around in all kinds of different ways.
Got to unhinge the jaw.
Do you think he really did that?
No. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm no one to speak on that subject, so.
Yeah.
That's kind of taking it to an extreme, dude. But I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do anything like that.
Hey, what's going on with your Ravens, by the way, man?
Dude, right? Right?
I've been shooting him texts like every couple weeks I'll be like, Tom, what's going on with your Ravens, bro?
Dude, I tell you, man. I mean, there's pluses and minuses. Obviously, I mean, we're having a losing year. There's no doubt about that. But I think it's humbling in a lot of ways, not just for the team, but also for the fans, because people from Maryland and Baltimore specifically are pretty fucking cocky when it comes to their home turf, and that's on any level. It's not just sports teams; it's just culture here. You know what I mean? So it's good that they throw. You have to have balance, I guess, and it might take a couple years for them to bounce back, but we've always had a good team and a good organization, and they're just having a losing year, man. Hey, I mean.
Once you lose Steve Smith Sr., dude, you got to rely solely on Joe Flacco, man.
Yeah.
It's all good, though. Yeah, it's cool that you love your team the way you do, man. We catch a lot of shit for being Rocco fans.
It's weird because there's only fragments of my team left. You know what I mean? Like the Ravens that I know. It's that's another thing about like this where I come from. It's like we're all about teams that are kind of like. Like when a player signs on for eternity, they're a part of the franchise. They're franchise players.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what we get behind a lot. You know what I mean? And it's like when you have these ball players now, there's no like loyalty or kind of dignity. Actually, you know what I mean? They'll go play for anybody that fucking throws them a paycheck or a higher paycheck or whatnot. Yeah. And they're so much under the influence of their agents and lawyers and shit like that. I'm sure every ball player at one time probably had a dream team that they wanted to play for. And I bet if they fucking got on that dream team, they'd probably be a franchise player. And you'd have like the days of glory back sort of in sports when you know you're going to have, that Joe Montana or
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw for their entire career. You know what I mean?
There's not too many Cal Ripken Juniors around anymore.
Not too many.
Sometimes they just need to take a tour on a tour bus with Hell Yeah and toughen them up, dude.
Right.
That's what I think.
Well, they'd have to probably bring a second liver.
Hey, do we have any?
And a big sack of sativa.
There you go.
Damn right.
Do we have any word on when we're gonna get to listen to some new music? When are we gonna get to jam some of that shit?
Dude, I would like to listen to some fucking new music. You know, I'm, like I said, I went down there and I just like went really fucking haywire with writing. You know.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Come back.
And
Oh, there
I
he
could
is.
see the fear in Chad's eyes because, it was like song after song after song after song was piling up on him, and he had this mountain of music now in front of him, which there's pluses and minuses to that as well, because I could keep writing, you know what I mean? I could keep going
Hell yeah.
and put like, another album's worth of music together by, the end of next month probably, but what good is it if he can't, he's not gonna be able to catch up to it,
He's
but
been fucking knocking it out the park, though. I mean, ever since Hell of a Time, dude, I always fucking loved Hell of a Time. All the way up to the new one, Hush, with that you guys were doing that, no domestic violence campaign with, dude. I think you guys have been knocking it out of the park and evolving awesome as a group together, dude.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff kind of fell in our laps, though, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure a lot of shit's gonna fall in our laps after this record. I mean, we'll go back and we'll probably listen and see some of these songs and what they evolve into, and who knows what direction Chad's going to go in. I don't even think he knows right now. I wouldn't want to vocal his job, to be honest with you, man. I mean, it's you could say whatever you want to say about bands and stuff, but I think singers really have the shitty end of the stick as far as the workload, you know what I mean? Because they not only have to write songs that touch people and get them behind it and believe it. I want to, like, my whole goal is to write songs that people don't want to listen to. I want to write songs that people need to listen to, songs that they need to have in their lives.
That's a great quote.
Yeah.
And having a vocalist that being able to write songs and lyrics that reach people like that, and then have to go on stage and perform it and carry that presence, man, that power to be able to do that. That's tough, dude, and I'm glad that I hide under a hat and have a guitar, dude.
Right on, Tom.
It was a lot different to be able to see Chad's focus pre-show as opposed to like you and Kyle and Vinny. You guys are all kind of chilling, but you can just kind of see him like getting just knowing that the show's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we kind of have our own little pre-show thing. Like we kind of, we're all together beforehand, and Chad he'll go off on his own little world and do his vocal exercises, and by the time he gets back, he's just so amped and stuff, and it's almost like a powder keg, I mean, you can get us all together and get us close, but there's so much energy going on that we got to do what we have to do and say what we have to say to each other pretty quickly, or we're just gonna implode a little bit right there. That's kind of like the magic of what we of bringing it live the way we do.
It's cool
because we don't rely on we go out there and there's times where we do have production and there's times that we don't. And to be honest with you, I'd rather not have that crutch sometimes. I mean, it's cool to have stuff where people can look at, but to me, it's kind of like, okay, I really like them just like the old, just kind of focus on the band and just fucking feel it when they're, as they're watching us, you know what I mean? If you're distracting them with images and dragons and shit like that, are they really going to take in everything that you're doing, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's an interesting perspective because a lot of rock bands go all out with their stage show, and then the dudes on stage are just standing there the whole time.
Right.
Dude, and that's the thing with Hell Yeah too, though. Like when Hell Yeah came on Red Rocks and poor Tom had his broken foot, you could just see the energy that he wanted to fucking just throw out, but he was like confined to a chair and he's like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, but you know what though, man? I was so into that show because I remember that the people, especially Red Rocks, is it's such a unique place. You cannot ever forget playing that place. But I remember there were people like really like just being very encouraging in the front, and really getting into it, giving me a lot of energy. And
Hell yeah.
it's a feed off thing.
Yep.
Cool.
I know that you kicked our ass, so I was fucking
thanks, dude.
way impressed, dude. And you're a hell of a guitarist if you've never heard that before.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think you guys are going to dig what we're doing for this new record, man. It's kind of all over the place. There's some seriously, like, some of the most savage riffs that we've ever done. Like, and I don't mean like fast and that kind of crazy shit. You know what I mean? It's more just riff and hook oriented, but it's so fucking overwhelmingly heavy.
Cool.
And then there's some new twists that we're putting in there, like percussion wise, and this crazy polyrhythms that you have to listen so deep to, or that you won't even really hear it to the naked ear. It's kind of cerebral, but it's there. You know what I mean? It's gonna affect people in a way that I don't know. It's hard. It's crazy, right? Do I sound out of my mind?
Dude,
No,
you sound pumped about it, bro.
Exactly.
That's all.
We're incorporating some different stuff in our music that's more of a tool. I would assume. It's like I said, they're like these crazy polyrhythmic, cerebral kind of things that are part of the groove and part of the rhythms, you know what I mean? So you're listening to the groove, you're listening to these rhythms, but there's this shit that's going on inside there that you don't necessarily hear, but you do, and it's affecting the mood of the song and shit. It's pretty fucking trippy.
That's so exciting.
Right on, man.
Badass.
Well, we're pumped to hear it, man. Thank you so much for taking the time, Tom. We really appreciate it.
Oh, man, my pleasure, man. My buddy Chad out there hooked us all up, and I really appreciate that and all his support and shit, and with the Hell Yeah, and always taking care of us every time we come out there, man.
Dude, we got mad love for Hell Yeah, bro. Come on
Exactly.
by
Thank you
Colorado Harvest Company when you come back in town. We'd love to be able to take care of you, bro.
Oh, dude, I'd love to.
Hell yeah.
All right, Tom. You have a good night, man.
Thank you, Tom.
Peace out, brothers.
Hell yeah. Much love, bro.
All right, Tom Maxwell from Hell Yeah. That was great, man.
That was sick. What's going on?
What
Tom?
what a great dude. And the best thing about that interview was I felt like him with his hoodie on, standing there with the shoddy Skype connection, fit his personality and what he was saying like perfectly, man.
Perfectly.
Like I think that was a representation of Hell Yeah right
Fucking
there.
rock on, dude. Make sure you pay attention this coming year, dude. They're going to have some sick shit come out. I already know it.
Yes. All right. Well, we are going to be back with Hour 2 of the program. We got Hack It or Axe It coming up. We got a great video series, including the new music video from Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. So stick around. This is Music Buzz Live.
Hell yeah. Tom Maxwell, hell yeah.
Okay, so it has been approved that we can say the fuck word.
Yeah, you just did.
Okay.
All of the United States is looking to Denver, Colorado to see what is cool. It used to be maybe California back in the day or maybe New York early along, but now everybody's really looking to Denver, Colorado to figure out what is cool. And when you get accepted by Colorado as cool, well, then it just spills over to the rest of the world.
You have to see the vision for this area on South Broadway. This area, 5 years from now, is going to look very different than it looks right now.
Right.
I'm not supposed to film me giving my tools of the trades like I do.
Tools of the trade?
Yeah.
Separate
But if you
segments?
film in separate segments when you do it. Always ID yourself and say,
Hey, this is Bubba Sparks, baby, and you're watching World Viral TV. You better know about it.
World Viral.
What's up, everybody? It's Tom Maxwell from Hell Yeah, and you're watching World Viral TV, brought to you by Colorado Harvest Company. Get you some.
World Viral.
World Viral TV is brought to you, as always, by Colorado Harvest Company.
Colorado Harvest Company.
People are coming from all over the world to check out Denver's growing cannabis industry. And most of them are leaving happy after they've been to Colorado Harvest Company. Why Colorado Harvest Company? For so many reasons. We pride ourselves on carrying only the most consistent flowers and products, with knowledgeable and friendly bud tenders that'll assist you with everything that you need. Buds, vaporizers, concentrates, topicals, edibles, and drinks, all from only the best companies in the state. If you're looking for the best cannabis experience in Denver, look no further than Colorado Harvest Company.